welcome everyone to the webinar. As I said, we are really excited to share tonight some great developments with you. My name is Garth Borthistle. If I haven't met you, welcome to the call. I'm your host for this evening. And just want to orientate you to what we're going to be doing today. We are specifically talking about a new customer lead generation and acquisition program. This is the preview. We're very close to having it done, and we've been talking about it for a while, and we felt like we needed to come out and fill everybody in on exactly what we're doing. So before I bring on our guest tonight, I just want to give you 4 key highlights of what we're going to be talking about, because I think it's important that we position this properly, especially if you've been around Trivita for a while, because we may throw in some new language and some new terms. So first of all, tonight we're talking about a new source of customer leads. This is not co-op. If you're interested in co-op, that's another fantastic program. Michael talked about it on the live stream last week. You can listen to the replay on the company's live stream site. But this is an outside vendor that we are partnering with to build long-term sources for very specific wellness and B12 focused leads for us as individuals. So these are not just generic. These are actually focused on a strategy that we are developing, which we'll talk about today. This is centered around the offer is a free sample, which Trivita is, so we are partnering with Trivita, obviously, to help send out the free sample, do some back-end marketing, and with our vendor on the front side. We'll touch on this a little bit tonight. This is really a whole conversion system. So one of the terminologies I want to introduce is the term I want vigor. And that will translate from a generic phrase in the advertising world into Trivita's vitality messaging. So this system is a combination of many different things, and it's all connected. So there's automatic emails, there's ITBO involvement, there's the Vitality Planner and the Trivita Marketing Machine that happens to support all of this. And lastly, I believe this is a very accessible program. It's a very affordable program, and it's going to be a very profitable program. So I just felt like I needed to give that overview before we start diving into it. Lastly, as we present this, if you have specific questions, there's a question panel. If you're online and logged in, on your right-hand little control center, there's a question place. Please just go ahead and type that in, and I'll try to gather a few of the key ones at the end, and Dave and I will try to address them as well. So lastly, before I introduce our special guest, we've got Barry Borthistle on the phone. He just wanted to give a greeting and his excitement about this. So Barry, why don't you give us a hello and a little introduction.
Thank you, Garth, and I'm not going to keep people who want to listen to me tonight, but this call will be recorded, Garth, so anybody who couldn't get on will be able to listen to the recording, correct?
Correct.
All right, the old saying, folks, timing is everything. Well, that's never been more true than, I believe, for the new reinvented Trivita. Apple had to reinvent themselves. They didn't do too bad, did they? Kodak didn't, and you know what happened to them. So why is timing important? Well, first of all, as most of you know, there are huge changes in the regulatory environment in our exciting industry. Basically, your business should have to be 50% customer-based. You don't want to miss the comp plan live stream with Michael on February 9th, who will be talking a little bit more about this, but we are now 100% compliant. So tonight it's about customer acquisition. Garth mentioned we've got the co-op coming back. Isn't that exciting? We've got your personal connections, and now the third option tonight. I would want to just thank 4 people. This has been about a 4 or 5 month project. I want to thank from the company, Bruce Erickson and Michael, for their tremendous cooperation, and for Garth and Dave as they have worked on this to making this very, very affordable for everybody. So when you consider everything, folks, Trivita, we got great products, we got the catalog, we got the Wellness Center, we got the Vitality Planner, we got Mayo Clinic doctors, unprecedented opportunity. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Garth, who is going to take, Dave and Garth will take you through this big customer acquisition program. And remember, dream big, because health is the number one wealth. Right, back to you.
Thank you, Barry. Well, at this point, I want to introduce Dave Glickman, CEO of LeadPick. And I've just totally enjoyed working with Dave. So Dave, welcome to our call tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Garth. I appreciate that.
I'm going to turn over control of this section to Dave. So Dave, I'll just do that, and you can say yes on your thing, and then we'll be showing your screen.
Right.
So as you do that and set that up, I kind of want to let people know here of what I've appreciated about Dave. Dave has been in this business a long time, and he gets it. He understands the challenges that ITBOs have, and he wants to offer value and solutions to the need to build a strong customer base. And so Dave and his company have worked for years in this industry. They provide what I think is extremely amazing value. And so I'm really proud to be able to present this tonight, or have Dave sort of work through it. And then as he talks, feel free to put those questions in the panel. Right. So with that, Dave, I don't know if you, did you?
Hey, Garth, I just want to real quick. I am, it looks like it says show my screen. And,
yes.
And if I hit that, I just lost your screen.
Yeah, that's fine. So go ahead and do that.
Show my screen.
Then we'll show your screen.
Now, do you see? Is this that's my family. Are you?
There's your family. Yep, we all see your family, Dave. That's great.
Well, I don't know what just happened. That's my son and my wife and me, and my daughter-in-law and our dog. So why did your presentation screen go away when you said show my screen?
Did you want to advance the slides, or do you want me to advance the slides?
Why don't you do that? Why don't you advance the slides, and it'll be fine, because I'm really not sure what happened there, but then I can see what a good-looking guy I am.
Okay.
I even have some of my hair left, and that's my wife, Ginny. We're only married 39 years, so then she's even my first wife. Anyway.
That's great.
So take that. Why don't you take back the screen, and then we'll let me see if this.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm going to stop screen sharing.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. There we go. Very good. So, Garth, I think the best thing to do is I'll just there we go. Okay. Perfect. 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 I'll just say if you go to the next screen. Very good. Okay, guys, I'm going to take over now. Our goal is in about 20 minutes to have you get a quick overview of what I do. Now, I appreciate Garth and Barry introducing me. I've been working with them for months. I've known them for quite a long time. Folks, I've been doing this for the network marketing industry, and I do it specifically for network marketers only. I'm a vendor for the past 21 years. I have 57 companies that I do this type of customer acquisition systems. We're not, we don't highlight on business opportunity. We have that as a secondary feature, but our main idea is, and Garth, you couldn't have said it better, with the regulators and the attorney generals out there making sure that our industry is kept clean. There's got to be it's all focused on customers. And folks, I'm going to be very honest with you. TriVita has always been on the leading edge of customer first, and that is one thing. Over all the years I've been at this, I've respected and I've admired what TriVita has done for their ITBOs. It is so important that for some of you that maybe this is the first or a new introduction to TriVita, you can understand that from my point of view after all these years, I'm working with a company that truly understands what Garth had said. We just have to have a certain percentage of customers in the business, and our goal is to give you as many customers as you can get. In fact, we talk about having 100 customers in 100 days on AutoShip. And how many of those 100 customers on AutoShip in 100 days could potentially be ITBOs for you when they love the product and they all work around that idea that our goal is to find you new ITBOs, but it's also by finding new customers that you can promote new products to. Yes, you're right. We are leading with a sample of B12. It's It's the backbone of TriVita, and there's so many other great products that we're going to be able to trickle down on them with pre-arranged advertising campaigns for them. So I think a lot of you read this. This is an exclusive one-stop internet-based method for finding new customers who specifically ask for information and sample of our B12. And that is the most important thing. I heard Garth say it. I'm going to reiterate it. We are not dealing. We are asking people to go through a series of steps to request the free sample. And Garth, if you switch the screen now, we'll go on to the next page.
Yeah.
Very good. Guys, in USA Today, this is I think it's pretty obvious that one of the major influences in people buying new products and free sample leads the way, and 63% of Americans who buy products bought them through a free sample. I've been, preaching this for years and years, and then USA is saying this is the way people try new products. Go into any Costco, go into any Walmart. They're giving away, not Walmart, like a Sam's Club or a Costco. They're, on Saturdays and Sundays, you can eat a meal with what they're giving away in free samples. And they're not asking, before I give you the sample, are you going to buy my product? No, they just know that there's a certain amount of times when for a certain number of samples they give away, there's going to be a certain number of sales. And we have that same attitude. Thank you, Garth, if you can advance for me. Now, the key features, for the first time ever, we're going to provide you with an online database of thousands of requests for these exclusive targeted leads that you can preview and sort through before you buy them. Folks, my company is called Lead Pick, and I love the opportunity to be able to give you the chance to pick your own leads for the first time in the history. And the neat thing about that is that some other companies you'll be buying, you'll buy a package of leads, and it's whatever they want to give you, whenever they want to give it to you, and whoever it is. So we go out and create a database, and we will give you the opportunity. Once you've logged in, you're part of our system. You can go one by one, pick out 10, 20, 30. You can pick them out 24/7. But we're going to be constantly adding new people that have asked for B12 and have gone through our survey. We're going to give you, on this, you see on the bottom here, your own personal advertising web page for you to attract local market, warm market, or your own internet traffic. So you're going to have a link that uses exactly what we use to find our requests for free samples. It's the same lead capture page that we use in sites, and you can have up to 100 different sites all leading towards the same place. So you might use a link on your on a business card or a handout. Maybe you put something on Facebook. Maybe you put something on a tweet, and you can create a link that is unique to what you're using, so you can find out where you're getting your best results. Okay, Garth, thank you. Okay, now the key features, we have a built-in contact management center. The very moment you pick the leads you work with, we automatically begin sending a series of welcome emails and product email information specifically related to TriVita. Now it becomes, once they've requested the sample, they're going to be getting information with all about TriVita and all about the B12. And everything is going to be revealed in front of them, testimonials, and all the wonderful attributes that make TriVita so special. Okay, so we're going to talk about monthly plans that fit your budget, and now we're going to use this as the ad. Now, folks, I want you to know that this ad that we have is called Jumpstart Your Health, Vigor, and Wellness. We're trying to help brand. We are working with Garth and with the company. We want to be branding I Want Vigor, and our website is called iwantvigor.com, and our effort is, whether it's B12 as our lead-in product, or whether it's going to be as we move on with that possible prospect, we might be introducing all the other great products that are available. We'll also be introducing the personalized wellness care plan and the vitality planner. All these things will be introduced through. Once we've got them on the idea that let's let them request a free sample. Now, folks, that prospect, this is no I gotcha. There's no purchase necessary. There's no credit card required. If they want to get a free sample, they're not going to have to pay anything for that. Your job is to, and Garth, if you would move to the next page. They're going to fill out this sample. This is the survey, and they're going to tell you all about themselves. How is your energy level through the day? Check all that apply. I never seem to have enough energy. My energy seems to fade away long before the day's over. How important is your health to you on a scale of 1 to 10? You know, have you ever experienced fatigue, weakness, fainting? What age group are you in? And then, of course, if you look down at the bottom, all the standard contact information. But, folks, the most wonderful thing about this is going to give you a little bit of a comfortable talk track, because you're not going to be calling people up to try to sell them a product. You're just going to be calling them up to validate and verify, are they serious? Are they the real person that they say? And if they and this survey lets you become kind of the expert and say, geez, James, about 2 days ago at about 2:30 in the afternoon, you filled out a very detailed survey about wanting some information on B12, and I see you're in your 40s, and that's fantastic. And I also see right here on your survey, your energy seems to fade away long before the day's over. Oh my gosh, Josh, I know exactly how you feel. You know, I see here you drink coffee all day long. I went through that trend too. I know what you mean. So do you understand, folks, that when you get to see how they are feeling about themselves, you get to create a beautiful connection with them, and that's our whole goal. So you're going to be able to just call them up, validate that they're real, validate that they are interested in the sample, and just verify the information they told you. I like to say things like, John, you rated your health a 9. Can you tell me why you feel that way? And I just stop and I listen. And then John says to me, well, you know, I work hard all my life to try to live a longer life and have you know, I want to have bigger. I want to live to be 100. You know, they're telling you things that'll help you make the connection. Okay, so this is a beautiful factor. Now, folks, you're now looking at your back office. This is your virtual office main menu. Inside of here, you'll see that Rolodex, where this is where you can find when you download your people. Your new, we call them profiles, folks. If you look in the middle, the 3 little characters with the red circle in the middle, right in the middle of your screen there. These, when you want to go ahead and get a new profile, just call it a lead. We've over the past 20 years been calling them profiles because they're not just a lead with a phone number and an email address. This is a profile of a human being. So they're going to be in your contact manager. And exactly, we're going to now go into the next step here. And when you want to acquire profiles, thank you, Garth, you read my mind. But these are Vitality Health leads. And Garth, go ahead to the next page. And here is the example of you being able to, one by one, go through the steps of previewing a lead. Garth, go ahead to the next page, please. See, one by one, you can hit view the profiles, and you can see everything about how they answered our survey. The only thing, I can't give you their last name until you actually buy the lead, and I can't give you their phone number. That's only fair. But right now, you can see everything about where they live, what their zip code is, what their age group is, when do they want to be contacted. You know, we asked that question in that survey that you saw previously. If they'd like to be contacted in the afternoon, and if your afternoons are free, you might want to go in there and find as many leads in the Florida area, if that's what your interests are, of people that afternoons are a good time to call them. Maybe you want to work with a gender profile. You want to work with males or females, depending on what you're most comfortable with. Maybe you like to work with people in your age group. So what you get to do, if you look in the center there, Garth, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Very good. So now what you're seeing is, if you're seeing Daisy D, if you like the way Daisy D answered her questionnaire, her survey, you hit add her to the shopping cart, and once you put her in the shopping cart, Daisy is along the right side there. And Garth, if you point to Daisy D, she's now sitting in your, yeah, there you go. She's sitting in your shopping cart waiting for you to acquire her. Folks, once you've acquired her, it is absolutely forever your profile. This is your lead. We will never sell it. We will never remarket it with any other product. It's not for 90 days. You own this person, and if they filled out the survey, now you just have to understand that this is exclusive to you, and it will never, no one will ever call them based on the fact that they answered. I mean, someone might call them if they filled out some other company's survey or other information. Fine, that's we can't help that. But this lead filling out this survey is yours and yours forever. Okay, so let's just go one more. Folks, the idea of acquiring the profile and putting them in your back office, right here, they're going to automatically have an email campaign that we have already written for you. It takes them through a introduction of you. As soon as you acquire them, they're going to get a beautiful email. And Garth, could you go forward one page?
Yeah.
There you go. They're going to get an email, and this email progression is going to begin. And when you're in that, when you're talking with that person, you're going to be able to see what emails they've received so far. So this is automatic, folks. You don't have to write the emails. You don't have to trigger them. As soon as you get them, they're going to get a little notification for you saying, "Hi, my name is David Glickman. A couple of days ago, you requested a free sample of our B12 vitamin, and we're going to have some nice bullet points." Well, actually, we're going to put the ad in the ad that they answered to remind them in the first email that they found. But in this, you see this contact manager, you get to manipulate this person and be able to. If you look to the left here, if you want to add your own contacts, if you want to import if you've got a series of leads in your back office that you'd like to introduce them to this whole campaign, you can import, as you see on the left with the red arrow pointing down at the folder, exactly right there. You can import those leads. There you go. And if you want to add an individual person, you can just type in there where the green plus, add an individual. Okay, so let's go ahead. One more slide. So once you're calling that person, here's the fun part, folks. Once you bought that person, now you see Daisy. Now you've got her address. Now you've got her phone number. You can even see the day, the date, and the hour and minute that they filled out the term created. Garth, record information. If you highlight the word created, right there, that is the day and the time that they filled out their survey. It's pretty nice to be able to say, "Hey, Daisy, my name is Dave Glickman. It looks like on November 21st at 6:21 p.m. you filled out a very extensive survey about wanting a free sample of our B12. I see you in your 40s, and I see here that you never seem to have enough energy. Boy, tell me a little bit about that." See, folks, when you buy that person, now you've got everything you need to know. We can even provide you with their IP address. We hardly ever know people. I don't remember filling out a survey. Well, Betty, is your IP address 1625, whatever. Somebody on your computer is suggesting that they wanted a sample, but most of the time, folks, they see the ad and they're very receptive to it. Okay, so the cool thing about this is, this is the plans. Hey, Garth, could you go back one page? I just wanted to say a couple of things there. Yeah, right there, folks. There's There's actually 5 blue tabs dead center of the page. You can there's personal notes you can write about that person. That's the first blue tab. If you're talking to Daisy and she gives you some pertinent information about herself or maybe her family, you just click on that personal notes page and you'll get a blank sheet. You'll be able to type it in, timestamp it. When you click on the middle of the email details, you'll be able to know what emails she has already received from you. And folks, I'm very proud of this. And now you are looking at her survey data. But if you call this phone number, and for any reason that's a disconnected phone number or no one by that name lives here, you request a credit. And Garth, could you please highlight that blue? We will 100% guarantee that if you spend X amount, if you spend $2, $3, $4 for a lead, and you call that phone number, and there's no one here by that name, or the phone number is disconnected, if you request a credit, just click that button. All you ask is what, where did they fall in? Did they not pick up, was it a disconnected phone number? Did no one, did they not speak English? It could be anything like that. But we guarantee that these people are who they are, and if they're not, just go get another lead. Just go get another one. Request the credit, we'll give you back your money. Isn't that cool?
That's
okay, so let's go on to the next page. Yep. So, folks, what we're going to do is we've put together for you 3 levels of your monthly involvement. Now, this is a subscription basis. Happens every month, and I have to let you understand. We've been, for 18 years. We want you to pick a budget that's comfortable with you. What is your business worth on a monthly basis to help find new customers? Obviously, you can see that at the gold, the silver, and the bronze, the cost per profile goes from $3.25 up to $4, based on the fact that the higher the plan you're at, the less expensive the profile becomes for you. We call them credits, 3.25 credits, or 325 for each one, and that's about as, guys, for this kind of exclusive lead that you own, that's answered questions specific to Trivita and B12, I'd like you to go out and find a lead like that you could buy for $3 or $3.25. So again, realize that you could start at the gold plan. You could change your plan every month. You can go from silver to bronze. We don't care. You can change it once a month, every month, and you can even go into a maintenance plan. We don't. I don't show it here, but for that $9.95 a month, you can go into a monthly. I don't have new credits coming to me. Maybe you've been away for a couple of months and you're not using up your credits. You can go into strictly maintenance for $9.95 a month, and you get the complete system. You still get to buy your credits. All the emails go out. You get your self-replicated website and opportunities for you to build your business. So again, folks, whether you buy leads from us or you are good at creating your own leads in your social network, if you're good at social marketing, we're going to be giving you links that are going to land on the exact advertising ad that you saw earlier about B12, and you'll have your own and your own survey. But the cool thing about it is it doesn't cost you a penny. So if you put your link on a Facebook page and say, hey, get a free sample of an amazing new, a national best-selling brand B12, whatever you put in your in your social media, when they click on your link, that goes into your back office automatically, and the emails automatically begin. So would you go one step now? I think we're just about done.
I think we are in our last slide.
This is not. Yeah, we are done, folks. We have not. This system is built. It's called iwantbigger.com. I don't want you to go there right now to register us, because we are just, you folks are leaders. We're putting this out for you so you can really get excited about what's about to happen. All we need to do is coordinate ourselves with Trivita when they start to begin to send the samples for us. And then we'll make, the system is live and ready to go. Garth and Barry have gone through every letter and every edit that possibly can, and they scrutinized the system. So we're just waiting for the coordination of Trivita. Okay, Garth, that's all I have to say. I think I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm very excited
about the fact that this works.
Yeah,
this system works, folks.
Yeah,
it's Barry. I just bought a product, something just like this. Exactly, it was another product that I just bought because it was offered to me free, and I bought it, and I have already repeated. And Garth, tell the folks that the deadline to get this initiated is when?
Well, I want to talk about, I'm going to say that at the end, Barry, if that's okay. Because,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
I want to tie in everything that Dave just said. Sort of, he mentioned that this is partnering with Trivita, which is a really huge benefit for this. So yeah. I want to talk a little bit about that and see how the whole thing, and tell everyone that the whole thing fits together. And then we'll have a little bit of Q&A, and we can let you know on timing and everything like that. Saw this quote the other day, and well, Dave, first of all, when you talk, I just get re-excited all over again. So when I said there's value up front, I hope everyone saw the value in that. And Dave is genuine in wanting to provide high quality leads and profiles. I like the term profile, Dave, a lot. That's what we're providing, profiles of people that we can connect with and introduce the whole concept of vigor, which leads into vitality. But I want to talk a little bit about, because we're business people and because we're leaders, I want to talk a little bit about how this whole thing fits together and what are some of the expectations before we get to the Q&As. Without data, you're just another person with an opinion. We realize that this has to work from a business standpoint as well. And so the cool thing about working with Dave at LeadPick and Trivida is that we get to marry this right along the whole pathway of a person's introduction. And as we know, Trivida is creating a vitality culture. That's sort of my terminology for it. Say no to disease and yes to wellness. And there's a whole bunch of information and services and value that the customer will get just by joining Trivida. And so obviously as business people we're concerned about the first sale. How does that work and how does the whole compensation aspect to that? So I thought I'd break it up this way. There's kind of 4 big chunks of how this will fit together. The first one is, and Dave gave all the background leading up to how we send out the B12 sample and the experience that that person is going to get on the B12. During that process, Trivida, once they send out the sample, they will start their marketing campaign and will delve into everything that Dave just talked about. They'll introduce the new 30-day Vitality Planner, which is coming out shortly, and the whole concept of personalized wellness care to this profile, this person, this Daisy, Miss Daisy that Dave used as an example there. Once they work through that, we will work them through a good, better, best offer. We believe that they will like the B12 and they may only want to purchase the B12 at that point, which is fine. But Trivida also has a premier and a free shipping threshold at $89, and by them understanding some specific products that are focused on their customized personalized wellness plan, it's a very easy conversation to have to talk about adding some key products to B12 for their wellness. And then the third level is we want to introduce a gift card at higher purchases for that. And then obviously we are interested, as Trivida is, on the long-term customer value. So when we look at this, we're looking at the whole process of how a customer does that. So I want to give you some numbers and some understanding of the base activity that how this will work. So I am targeting, just so you know, an ITBO who wants to earn $500 to $700 a month. And so these numbers are based upon that kind of activity. You guys are leaders on this call, and you understand that if we have a system that can teach ITBOs how to earn $500 to $700 a month, you guys can duplicate that, and we'll do some training on how to duplicate that for obviously larger earnings. So Dave talked about the lead cost, maximum $4, so I'm just going to use $4 for example purchases. Once the person, we agree to send them a free sample, we move over to Trivida and we place the order for the B12 sample, which is a full box of the original 12 for $6.25, everybody. This is a big thank you to Trivida. And it's a big statement of how much Trivida wants to see this work and is very supportive of it, that they've got their pencil out and got it down to $6.25 to ship out. That's amazing. We are working on the numbers that every 10 leads that you'll probably make 6 phone connections with that list of 10. We are believing that out of that 6, you'll have at least 5 that will qualify for the free sample. And remember, you're the one that qualifies them. So Dave has told me this many times that if there is no obligation to send out the free sample, even if they've answered the ad, if you don't feel like they're qualified for that. But we believe that we'll be able to send out 5, and we'll believe that out of that, there'll be 2 that will be converted into excellent members and customers. And then we're also using the number that Trivita has used. We know that the average customer sale in Trivita, I think it currently is around $115 to $120. And so we're going to use the $100 mark for future sales. This is the second and future order sales as well. Then I want to throw out some scenarios here on the ITBO numbers, okay? We are putting this into a team build atmosphere. It's very important that we understand that, together, that this is a very powerful aspect. And so team building is a very important part of that. So here's some key numbers for that. We are saying each ITBO will have a minimum of 10 monthly leads, okay, and converting to the numbers I just talked about. We also are going to be training that each ITBO needs a minimum of 10 active customers, okay, so that's an average of $100 sale that we know is very already existing in Trivita. We're saying that each ITBO needs 2 personally enrolled ITBOs doing the exact same thing as you're doing here, and that there's 8 additional active ITBOs in tiers 2 through 7. Now I just threw in the numbers out for you, and we'll be sending out this recording, and I'll send out these slides so you can have all of them. But I know a lot of you are wanting to know, how does this work? How do the numbers work? So that's why I wanted to give you those. So that's the base activity. And so what does this look like when we get to the actual numbers side of it, okay? So as Dave mentioned, we understand now the cost per lead. So if we bought 10 leads, for example, in this scenario, and we sent out the 5 samples, that's $71.25, grand total of $81 basically to service those 10 leads. We also know that on the first sale, where we earn a significant portion, the 40% on the first sale, we are assuming that when I talked earlier about the good, better, best scenario, we're going to average out at the better one. So let's just use a $90. These are very conservative numbers, everybody, but a $90 sale with the B12 for the first one. So if you are servicing 2 customers, that's a $72 earnings right there. If you have 2 ITBOs doing the same thing, that's a $36 earning. And of course, there's no first sale bonus once you're down past that. The next group is the ongoing sales. So as we teach everyone to have 10 active customers, you are earning $200 in your own customers. You're earning, you can see $80 from your first tier customers, your first tier ITBOs, and then from your organization another $320, and that gets to $626 in very realistic numbers. So forget the numbers for a second. When you explain this kind of activity, sending out at minimum 10 leads, sending out 5 samples, converting 2 a month, getting to a point where you need 10 ones, then you've only signed up 2 ITBOs, and there's only 8 ITBOs in your organization above that, and you're earning $600. You know, I may get a little bit too excited about numbers, but when I see a scenario like this, everyone, I know and I see that we can teach and duplicate that. Because here's the thing, and again, I'm talking to leaders right now, is that you know how to turn one person making $626.75 in monthly earnings into earnings of $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 or more a month. It's very duplicatable, and this whole system will have training and teaching around that and support and ongoing thing. Dave is available to help get this going.
Absolutely. We have phone scripts, Garth. We have phone scripts, so it's not that people are they're saying specific, moving people right down a path. We have live trainings. We have we call leads ourselves. So it's all part of what we do to make sure that it's completely usable for anyone. So thank you. I just wanted to throw that on. You're right.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, because that's the completeness of this. And And I've dealt in this, and I've talked to a lot of people over the years about leads and lead generation. But when Dave showed me and what he's shown us today, that this is a real complete package. And now that Trivida is fully behind all of this, and we tie these two in together, this is, I'll say it, this is a killer program, everyone. This is going to be an amazing program. So wanted to sort of get this out and get everyone pumped about it. So, and Dave, I think I can't believe it, but I think we've covered a lot of the things because there was nobody asking a question.
That's a sign of a good presentation, right?
That's very good. So, so then I guess I'll end it with this way, Dave. Obviously, we are looking forward to the official launch, but I want Dave and I have been talking the last couple of days, and I want to add a couple other big pieces of news to this. So we won't go into details on this, but how about if we had a second advertising campaign very similar to this that went alongside this that was specifically geared towards new ITBOs for business? Is that possible, Dave?
That's part of our second tier, and you call it second campaign. We call it the second tier because customers, build your customers, and from those customers, you're going to find, first of all, we can provide you with new people that are interested in the network marketing, the network marketing business as a way to make money from home. Yeah. But we're also going to be able to turn your all the profiles that you buy over the course of the next, over the next few months. They're as reasonable a person to show them the Trivida, ITBO opportunities. So we're going to send that same campaign to the people you already bought and own, and to anybody else that might be coming in specifically for the business opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, the answer is yes.
Right.
That's what we're doing. Our second step. All part of the system. All part of the monthly cost. It's all built in.
Excellent. One last question that came in, and I'll answer this one, but someone typed in a question about once we send out the free sample, are they in your Trivida downline and back office? And the answer is yes. And that was one thing that really brought this whole thing together for me, is that when Dave says that when they do a profile and you buy that, they are yours, that is true. But then when you send them the free sample, they are automatically forever connected in your Trivida organization as well. So it's a real double whammy on that aspect. The other question I have, and sorry, I'll answer this one too, is what if we had a new website that helps explain all of this? Because it's a lot of information. What if we had business presentations? What if we had all of that? Well, we are working on that as well. And then how about if we were able to launch this March 1st? Dave, what do you think about March 1st?
I think that's a perfect date. I have no problem with that.
That's good.
I was hoping before, but
yes. Trivida is working on some of their pieces, and that's why they are. We have a March 1st date. So the new Vitality Planner and all of those pieces, the Trivida marketing things, the introduction to Vitality Planner, those kind of things are all coming together in that. So with that, I think we've covered, we've dumped a lot of information. I will get this link out so you can rewatch it, everyone, and I'll send out these slides so you can have the numbers and kind of take a look at it from that aspect as well. And we will get back.
Remind everybody of next Thursday with February the 9th. Well, there you are.
Yeah.
You're ahead of me.
So there we go. So so we'll be sending this out. And then we'll advertise our launch for this and some more training on all this as well as we get into later February. But the next event is, as Barry just mentioned, Thursday, February 9th, next Thursday, a very important live stream from Trivida on the compensation plan, the merger of the compensation plan if you've been around for a while. So it is very crucial. This program that we just launched is 100% friendly and compatible and actually jives with the new compensation plan. So it was designed with that in mind as well. Well, thank you for spending extra time with us. Dave, thank you for your time and your leadership in this market and your friendship and your support for all that we do. I've greatly enjoyed having you on the call.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Likewise.
Good.
Thank you. Okay, folks. I'll say goodbye. If you wanna stay on, Garth, or are you going to?
I think we're done. And
Okay.
what I'll do is we will formally end this and say goodbye. I'm going to stop recording, and I will sort of stay live here and just look down at. There's a lot of people that answered questions here at the end. But Dave, we'll talk to you soon, and thank you, everyone. This formally ends this webinar. Have a good night.